Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to present the topic behind acquisition of alliance partners, exploratory learning, and the network embeddedness by the authors Haibin Yang, Jiang Lin, and Mike W. Pang. So me and my partner Moses going to present this topic. So first of all, what is alliance and acquisition? Why firms go for alliance and acquisitions, and how firms approaches these alliance and acquisitions? First of all, alliance it can be defined as a collaboration between two companies in which individual company is expected to profit from agreement. And whereas in acquisition, it is a business transaction that occurs when one company purchases and gain control over another company. The fundamental difference is that alliance only allow for partial control while acquisition afford complete ownership control of assets. But why companies do that? Firms go for alliance and acquisition to access external resources, capabilities, or to eliminate competition. And many times, one firm which is in alliance with the other firm do the acquisition of partner firm. And question also arises how these firm approaches for these alliance and acquisitions. Earlier studies shown that given the financial explanation for acquisition of the partner firm, but recent research shows that behavioral learning from partner firm and firms are embeddedness in network of relationship that can have strong bearing on acquisition. Firms' decision to acquire alliance partner can't be separated from either their past experience or their embeddedness in the alliance relationship. The paper talks about the type of alliances and what factors affects the acquisition of partner firm. So first of all, let's talk about the type of alliance. There are two type of alliances. One is exploration and second is exploitation alliance. In case of exploration alliance, partner firms capitalize on their joint capabilities to discover new opportunities, build up of new completeness, competitiveness, and adapt to environmental challenges. On the other hand, exploitation alliances partner firms focus on the refinement and efficiency of their existing knowledge and capabilities. Exploration exploration alliances are more dynamic and provide unique learning experience in which firms can evaluate partners' tactic knowledge and intrinsic values, whereas exploitation alliances are more stable and focus on maintaining status quo. Because of dynamic and uncertain nature of exploration alliances makes it necessary for firms to understand partners first before acquisition. After managers gain a better understanding of partners' value as well as the value of new capabilities, it derives from joint development. Firms are more likely to acquire the partner. It has been argued that acquisition do not take place in vacuum, but are embedded in broader social and economic contexts. It is important to integrate the behavioral learning perspective and social network embeddedness perspective when proceeding for acquisition of partner firm. Network embeddedness comes in picture when many market many markets, in particular the market for corporate control, the institution governing transactions are not well developed. Although learning through alliances increase firms' awareness of partners' value in tactical resources and capabilities, such as learning takes place in alliance network. So it is subject to network embeddedness. The actual occurrence of partner acquisition is contingent of firm's motivation and capabilities, which are facilitated by how the dyadic relationship between a firm and its partner is embedded in an alliance network. The two most relevant embeddedness are joint brokerage position and relative centrality. Joint brokerage is referred to collective network openness opportunity for brokerage, enjoyed by two firms in an alliance as a whole. And relative centrality denotes the asymmetry in the network positions between two alliances partner firm. Joint brokerage positions capture the total amount of non-redundant information accessed by alliance partner. Relative centrality reflects the degree of digital information search and power dynamics within an alliance. The paper argued that the joint brokerage positions, when coupled with the exploration alliances, may increase alliance value, thus form motivation to acquire alliance partner. Also, relative centrality may not only help firms in exploration alliance to enhance their ability to access digital information, but also facilitates power imbalance that may lead to acquisition of partner firm. So there are three hypotheses that authors stated. One hypothesis is exploration alliances are more likely result in acquisition of alliance partner rather than exploitation. Second hypothesis states that a high degree of joint brokerage occupied by alliance firms strengthens the positive relationship between exploration alliance and subsequent acquisition of alliance partners. And third and the last hypothesis is a high level of relative centrality between alliance firms strengthens the positive relationship between exploration alliance and subsequent acquisition of alliance partners. Now comes the methodology. The author has selected one country, that is United States of America, to test the hypothesis. They also selected only one industry, that is a computer industry, which involved both software and hardware. And they identified firms with at least one strategic alliance with another member of the computer industry. Industry membership was determined by SIC codes. They identified 2,852 alliances involving 1,453 firms. And this data is from the year 1999, 1990 to 1996, involving these companies. And the data on alliance and acquisition were collected from SDC Platinum database and verified using LexisNexis and the Dow Jones News Retrieval Services, whereas the financial data were collected from National Bureau of Economic Research, that is NBER. There were three variables involved in this case study. One is the dependent variable, which involved the acquisition of alliance partner, which was acquisition of alliance partner. They marked as a dummy 1 for the partner acquisition, 0 for the non-acquisition. Independent variable involved three factors. One is the exploration alliance index. Second, the joint brokerage position, which was measured through or computed through the Bird's constraint measure of structure holes, and they calculated those constraint score by using UCNet6 software. And third independent variable was relative centrality. And the third and the last variable was the control variable, which involved five factors: equity alliance index, strategic interdependence, asymmetry in firm size, combined financial resources, and competitive alliance index. And the method for analysis was logistic regression for analysis of data. Since the dependent variable was dichotomous, they ran logistic regression analysis, and to address the concern of potential interdependence, they used random effect logistic model. The result was, in case of hypothesis 1, the coefficient for exploration alliance index was significant at 5% or 0.05 level in model 2 and at the 0.01 level in model 3. Thus hypothesis was supported. Second hypothesis was also got supported because the interaction coefficient between joint brokerage positions and the exploration alliance index is positive, significant. That is a p value 0.05, that is 5% probability, supporting 95% supporting hypothesis. and the interaction between the exploration alliance index and the relative centrality is positive significant. That is, p-value was 0.05, thus supporting the third hypothesis as well. Now I'll hand over to Moses for the Canadian company. Thank you.
Based in Waterloo, Ontario, the company BlackBerry Limited leverages AI and machine learning to deliver innovative solutions in the area of cybersecurity, safety, and data privacy solutions. BlackBerry was initially a brand of smartphones and other related mobile services and devices. They were formerly known as Research in Motion or REM. Specializing in secure communication and mobile productivity, BlackBerry was well known for the keyboard on most of its devices and software services that run through its own servers. At its peak in September 2011, there was 85 million BlackBerry subscribers worldwide. However, BlackBerry lost its dominant position in the market due to the success of the Android and iOS platforms. Its numbers had fallen to 23 million in March 2016 to a decline of almost 3/4. Let us now consider hypothesis 1. So when compared with exploration alliances are more likely to result in acquisition of alliance partners. This hypothesis suggests that exploration alliances are more likely to result in acquisition of alliance partners than exploitation alliances. This means that when companies engage in exploration alliances, they are more likely to acquire their alliance partners compared to when they engage in exploitation alliances. They exploit new markets, technology, or products. In contrast, exploitation alliances are partnerships formed to exploit existing markets, technologies, or products. Let us consider a typical example of company that BlackBerry had exploitative alliances with that have resulted in acquisitions. BlackBerry and QNS. BlackBerry acquired QNS software in 2010 after initial alliance. Prior to the acquisition, BlackBerry had an exploitative alliance with QNS to develop software for its phones. However, BlackBerry saw the potential of QNS technology and decided to acquire the company to give full control of the technology. BlackBerry and QNS have a long-standing relationship since BlackBerry acquired QNS software system in 2010. QNS is a real-time operating system that is used in various applications such as automotive systems, medical devices, and industrial equipment. BlackBerry has leveraged QNS technology to build secure and reliable software solutions for enterprises. Leveraging an alliance with QNS, BlackBerry and QNS have a strong partnership in the automotive industry, providing software and solutions for connected systems and autonomous vehicles. As part of their growth portfolio, they are focused on expanding their reach into other industries such as healthcare, aerospace, and defense. BlackBerry software is now currently embedded in over 250 million vehicles worldwide. In the healthcare industry, BlackBerry and QNS are working on developing secure and reliable software solutions for medical devices and healthcare systems. They are also exploring opportunities to apply their technology in areas such as remote patient monitoring and telemedicine. In the aerospace and defense industry, BlackBerry and QNS are working on developing secure and reliable software solutions for mission-critical systems. Overall, BlackBerry and QNS Alliance is focused on leveraging their expertise in secure and reliable software solutions to expand into new industries and applications. Let us also consider BlackBerry under explorative alliances. In recent years, BlackBerry has formed explorative alliances with other companies to expand the user cases of QNS technology. Here are some examples. Number 1, Amazon Web Services. In December 2010, BlackBerry announced an alliance with AWS to develop and market an intelligent vehicle data platform called IVY. The platform leverages QNS technology to help automakers and suppliers secure access data from vehicle sensors and create new services and applications for connected and autonomous vehicles. In January 2018, BlackBerry announced an explorative agreement with MBAIB to develop autonomous vehicle technology using BlackBerry QNS operating system. The company planned to collaborate on hardware and software integration and test the technology on the road of China. In January 2019, BlackBerry announced an alliance with Qualcomm to develop connected vehicle platform using QNS technology and Qualcomm cellular vehicle to everything. In May 2018, BlackBerry announced another partnership with LSpark, a Canadian accelerator program for startups, to support companies developing software solutions using QNS technology. This partnership provides access to QNS software, technical support, and business development resources to help startups accelerate their business growth. Hypothesis 2 consider that some evidence to suggest that a higher degree of joint brokerage occupied by alliance firms can strengthen the positive relationship between exploration alliances and subsequent acquisition of alliance partners, as demonstrated by BlackBerry acquisition of QNS. This graph illustrates the degree to which firms are connected within a network of alliances, with highly connected firms occupying a central position in the network. The idea is that highly connected firms are more likely to facilitate the exchange of knowledge and resources between other firms in the network, leading to greater opportunities for collaboration and learning. In BlackBerry case, the company's strategic partnership with QNS allows it to integrate QNS operating system into its smartphone, which was intended to help BlackBerry compete with rivals such as Apple and Samsung. However, the partnership also allowed BlackBerry to gain access to QNS expertise in embedded systems, which it eventually leveraged to expand its software and services businesses. As BlackBerry's relationship with QNS deepened, the two companies became highly connected within a network of technology alliances. The high degree of joint brokerage may have strengthened the positive relationship between their exploration alliance and subsequent acquisition. In 2020, BlackBerry announced that to acquire QNS for $200 million. The acquisition allowed BlackBerry to take full control of QNS technology and intellectual property, giving it a competitive advantage in the growing market for embedded systems. Overall, the case of BlackBerry and QNS suggests that a high degree of joint brokerage can strengthen the positive relation between exploration alliances and subsequent acquisition, as highly connected firms are better able to leverage their network position to facilitate a knowledge and resource exchange between alliance partners. BlackBerry stock and financial performance justifying their hypothesis. Initially, BlackBerry financial performance declined for the first few years after the acquisition. The company revenue declined from $18.4 billion in 2013 to $1.3 billion in 2017, and its net loss increased from $5.9 billion to $4.4 billion over the same period. Despite the decline in BlackBerry's smartphone business, the company QNS software business continued to perform well. QNS became one of BlackBerry's most valuable assets, generating significant revenue and profit. In 2018, BlackBerry announced that it was shifting from its focus from smartphones and towards software and services, including QNS. The company has since been able to turn around the financial performance, with revenue increasing from $904 million in 2018 to $1.2 billion in 2022, and net income improving from a loss of $1.2 billion to a profit of $177 million over the same period. Overall, BlackBerry alliance with QNS has had a significant impact on the company's financial performance. While the partnership did not result in a significant improvement in BlackBerry's smartphone business, it did help to build a strong and profitable software business that has helped the company turn its financial performance around in recent years. Hypothesis 3. This hypothesis suggests that when firms in an alliance have a high level of relative centrality, the positive relation between exploration alliances and subsequent acquisition of alliance partners is strengthened. In other words, when firms within an alliance have a strong network position, the likelihood of them acquiring their alliance partners after an exploration alliance is higher. BlackBerry can be used as a case study to exploit this statement. In the early 2000s, BlackBerry was a dominant player in the smartphone market, but it struggled to keep up with the changing market dynamics and the emergence of new competitors such as Apple and Samsung. In an attempt to stay competitive, BlackBerry entered into several strategic alliances with other firms in the technology industry. One such alliance was with Microsoft in 2007, when BlackBerry agreed to make Microsoft search engine Bing the default search engine on BlackBerry devices. Another alliance was with IBM in 2010, where BlackBerry and IBM collaborated to provide mobile device management services to enterprise customers. Both of these alliances were exploration alliances, where BlackBerry and the partners work together to explore new opportunities and technologies. However, despite these alliances, BlackBerry market share continued to decline, and the company eventually struggled to remain profitable. On the other hand, firm that has a high level of relative centrality within an alliance network may be better positioned to leverage the benefit of exploration alliances. For example, if a firm has a central position within an alliance network, it may have better access to information about new opportunity and technologies, which could increase the likelihood of successful exploration. BlackBerry future strategy using explorative alliance for future growth. BlackBerry future strategy using explorative alliance for future growth is expected to focus on forming partnership and collaboration with companies that can enhance its offerings and expand its reach into new markets. Here are some potential examples of exploration alliance that BlackBerry could use to gain market control: partner with leading cybersecurity firms, collaborating with major mobile carriers, joint venture with automotive companies, alliance with healthcare companies. In conclusion, the various hypotheses indicate that a high level of relative centrality between alliance firms strengthens the positive relationship between exploration alliances and subsequent acquisition of alliance partners appear to hold true. While BlackBerry case study suggests that the lack of relative centrality within an alliance network may limit the benefit of exploration alliances, firms that have a central position within an alliance network may be better positioned to capitalize on such alliances. Thank you.